Okay, so for the 8,000 mile review of my car, just crossed 8,000. I have like 8,070 some miles on it. It's a beautiful sky out here in Phoenix tonight. A little windy, so hopefully the wind sound doesn't get caught on here too much. But yeah, so backed my car up onto this ramp. Thought it looked kind of cool. Still have some clearance, and I just kind of wanted to bring you an update. So far with the car, the only issues that I've had were the sensor on for the average miles per gallon, not the instant, but the average was not working, kept showing 99.9. So I got that fixed, and we're having no issues now. I'm looking at about 26.4 miles per gallon. That should get better. Some people have commented and said they're getting like 29 point something. So I'm hoping to get it up around that point, considering I do mainly highway driving out here. Another thing to note is these wheels. They are Rado gray. On the 2013 and 2014 models, Rado gray was an option, but now they only come with that, or you can get the other wheel. Personally, I like these wheels a lot better. More of a European look compared to the other ones, more of a American muscle pony look. So really happy with these, but again, that's, everyone's going to differ as far as what they like more. Another thing is this color. I think this and Tangerine Scream are probably the two best colors you can get for it. White's pretty good too. But what I like about this is there's a lot of areas where there's plastic. There's here. It's more around the front of the car. Then you have right here this, but that's pretty normal. And this color hides that a lot. And I think the plastic looks okay. I don't think it looks great, but this color hides that. On the black hides it too, but the black, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. But that's all subjective. The interior has also been great. Again, another issue that I had is this part right here. See how it kind of popped out? And if you look behind it, it's just like glued on or whatever. I don't really know, but they ordered that new part and it came in. I just haven't picked it up yet, so they're going to install that for me here pretty soon. But other than that, I've had no issues, and there's always a conversation about, is this car reliable? People are constantly going back and forth saying Ford is not known for reliability. Sorry, I sometimes forget I'm holding the camera. They say Ford is not known for reliability, and I can't really disagree with that. When you're looking at something like a Honda or Subaru, Toyota, whatever, they're known for reliability. This is not. It's a forced induction engine. It doesn't have that long as a track record as an engine like the EJ motor or like a VTEC motor, but I can't imagine why I would have issues. And here's my thought process on this. If I have any issues with the engine and it's not tuned like it currently is, it's stock, then it's going to be covered by warranty up to 60,000 miles. And outside of that, I'm always changing the oil on time or ahead of time using synthetic oil. And when I'm driving the car fast or regular, I always make sure that the oil is at a proper temperature based on what the gauge is showing. As long as it's in the middle, that's a good time for you can drive all out or do whatever. So I think just taking care of your car in that sense is going to make all the difference in the world. So you could say it's unreliable, whatever. I mean, it's not going to, I really don't think it's going to break down unless you get a lemon. So I don't know, it's kind of a weak argument. But just on to another random thing that I love about this car. So I usually see this when I'm pumping gas, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it from here, but the negative camber on the front, I guess, and the back tire too, it has a really good stance to it. And again, I'm on a stock suspension, but it's just the way, when I'm standing like right here, you can just see how the tire sits in like that a little bit, that's a negative camber, positive camber, negative, positive. I just think it looks really good, and it's just the little details like that that I really have come to appreciate about this car. I am concerned about keeping these seats nice because they're so heavily bolstered. And when you get people in your car that don't really care, fuck, it's dust. But when you get people in your car that are a little bigger or they don't really care about getting in and out of the car, which is most people, I always get worried about them wearing on the bolsters. When I get in and out of my car, I always put my hand, what the hell do I do? Let's figure that out. But I'm always very cautious about seat wear. So when I get in, you see this bolster right here, it's pretty big. So when I get in, I'm always putting my foot here and then splitting that in between my legs, opposed to just like piling in here. And I try not to, and I just slide in like that. And then when I'm, like, some people when they get out, they just rack this side of it, then throw their weight this way and split it. And I understand, it's not easy getting in and out of this car. But that's one thing I worry about long term as far as how the seats are gonna hold up, because it's Ford leather, it's not a Mercedes leather or a BMW or something like that, so it's, over time it probably will break down, but I'm going to condition them and take the best care I can of the tires, of the seats. I was looking at the tires. Trying to think what else. I just absolutely love the car. I guess something else we could talk about is the torque steer. A lot of people come at you and say, front wheel drive sucks, there's torque steer and all those troll comments, but I agree. There's definitely torque steer, and with front wheel drive you can't put the power down as well, but it's still really impressive how they've engineered this car to be able to have lift over steer, meaning you lift off the throttle, the back end will come around, and the back end is so lively, and it's really exciting for a front wheel drive car. Probably what I'm going to do is get the Mountune rear engine mount. Apparently that reduces the wheel hop a lot through first and second gear, so we will see how true that is, but yes, would I rather this be all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive? Yes, 100%. But this is what we have to work with, and the only way I can get this into all-wheel drive is if I get the RS. I did go to a dealership here the other day, and they have a nitrous blue RS in stock, and that nitrous blue, you really do need to see that in person, is to see the flake that's in the paint. It's absolutely beautiful. They had it for $42,000 and some change dollars, US dollars, and I bet I could get that for a sticker. I'm just enjoying this car, and I don't know if it's worth to finance another, I guess it would be like another $12,000. I paid $29,200 for this, fully loaded, so I got a pretty good deal on it, and I just don't know if it's worth stepping up to that. Back to the topic of paint. The paint on this car is very thin. Let's see if we can see that. Yeah, there's a chip there that you can see. There's another one there. Got a big one here. And that's straight down to the metal. Like, that's not just a little nick. That is straight onto the metal, and I guess you can take a pen to it. I really don't know how that turns out. If you guys have any feedback on what that's like or if it's worth it, let me know. But the paint is really thin. I should have got it wrapped. Now I feel like I'm at the point where it's too late, because once you get a bunch of nicks in it, I guess the wrap can actually not look good at all. So that's a little unfortunate, but I do take care of it as much as I can. That's like that right there is just a really good angle. The restyle that they've done on the front of this car is what sold me on it, is what had me come back to look at the ST, because the 13-14 model, I test drove it a while ago, and I liked how it drove. I thought the torque steer was a little crazy, but they fixed that with new mounts in the 15 and 16 STs. Once I saw this, I just was totally brought back, and once I found out that they added different mounts in the engine to make it drive a little better and did some suspension tweaks, I was right back on board with the ST, and I don't regret my decision at all. So yeah, I appreciate all the support. Feel free to comment below. I get back to almost all of the comments. And we'll see you soon.